Hi readers, this week I have read Odd Interlude by Dean Koontz, which is a part of a series. The main character here, Odd Thomas, actually this is not the name, Odd is the name of the character, which is very weird, Odd itself. But the book is very interesting. It is not the usual kind that I read. It's a mixture of supernatural, paranormal, and aliens, which is not, like I said, something that I usually read. So I was very interested in reading the book. It kept me hooked. I am definitely going to recommend anyone to read it. The only thing that I had a problem with was the character itself, where I felt that he was not properly introduced. So I assumed that the character is probably introduced in another book, and this is the second part of the series, or a book much later down in the series, because the story starts somewhere in the middle of a journey. I would really like to know more about the character, so I would definitely want to know where the story is starting and how this character is introduced. Though I was searching Goodreads, and I figured that this book is the first in the series, so I'm not really sure where this character was introduced and how do I know more about him. Also, I found out that this book was written or published online first, because even on the book it says first time in print. So I'm assuming that it was originally written online, and that is where the character was introduced. And this is just a continuation of that. The story is really interesting. It has kept me hooked. Although it's not a very long story, it's about 270 plus pages. I was able to finish reading the book in a day, and the main reason why I was able to finish reading it was because it is an interesting read. So you want to know what is happening. The character is very amazing. What I really enjoyed myself reading was the part where an AI was introduced, and that character was also very funny. So it was a mixture of everything, where you were kind of scared in certain points, then you were laughing in some points, and then some points you were pulled into the darkness of the story. So it's a mixture of everything. It had a bunch of emotions. I was really enjoying myself reading the book, and I'm definitely going to recommend anyone to read it, because this is a good book. And I think I really like the character, Or Thomas, and I would want to read more books about Or Thomas. I do have another Dean Koontz book on my TBR. So I'm thinking, assuming that this book was so interesting, Dean Koontz. I have read a Dean Koontz earlier, but I don't remember what story it was or what the book was called, because the name of this author is kind of very familiar to me. I think I am going to bring that book from my TBR on higher priority and finish reading that. Anyway, I am rambling too much. I'm going to give this a 4-star because it was a good book. I want you to read it because it is a good book. I want you to subscribe to the channel as well, because this is a good channel where I'm going to come back and talk to you about other books that I have read. I read a book almost every week and I talk to you about it. So next week, again, I'm going to come back and tell you about the next book that I've started reading, which is also very interesting. And I will tell you more about it next week. So you have to subscribe to the channel, and we'll see each other next week. Bye-bye.